Test. Check. Mic test. Mic test. 1, 2, check. Come in, come in, come in. Welcome to the stream, folks. We are live yet again for another day of Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. Currently on a good setup at the moment. Master Rank Diamond. This is going to be good practice for us for this weekend's big event. So it should be a fun little day. We also have a new build at the moment with Swordcraft here. So what we're testing out at the moment is maxed out Odins, 1 less Albert, 2 Grimnirs, this is new, and 1 less Olivia. So we've got a different build. This is going to be a bit more trying to survive the early game, less about ending the game. But Albert at 2 I think is more than enough. We just need the 1 to deal 12 damage at one point. And then Olivia here, we just need the 1 to gain the 2 HP back once. Because we will be a bit safer in the early game, we are expecting less damage in the late game. Plus, we've got triple Luminous Magus now, which I think has a lot of potential in controlling a lot of the board and stabilizing early. That's why we are running 3 Luminous Maguses, at least to try out. And so far, I think we're at a 3-game win streak, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but we will be jumping in to see how far we get. So, let's go. Boom. Ino Clasho, survivor ng bad experience nung nakaraan, buti sa Battlefy na gagawin this time. That is true, kapatid. I was actually not a survivor of last time. I was in the wait list and I was not gonna be able to join. But now, because it's in Battlefy, I am part of the tournament for this weekend. That is crucial to know, that we now have a big event this weekend. Okay, we've got 1 Luminous Magus in hand, 1 Albert in hand. We cut it down, but it's still showing up in hand. So there is an argument here to save your play point, that extra play point, and use it on Luminous Magus on 5. So I think we just end the turn here. Welcome back. Goods na goods ang comeback. Kevin Solmila, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, kapatid. We've been back for a while, actually. Maybe around 3 weeks now. But I think our algorithm's different kasi we're playing a different kind of game. That's why it is taking a while to pick up, but we are good. We are having a good time, and that's all we want. We want to say hi, we want to hang out, and yep, here we are. So for this turn, I think we can play a Lance Trooper or a Seria. Either is okay, but Seria might have more value later on, while Lance Trooper can give haste to everyone, can give rush to everyone. I don't think it is gonna matter this early in the game, so we will just use this to have a bunch of aggro units. And then there's an argument here to swing for 1. Do we not want to? I think we don't mind if they swing here and deal 1 here. We've got Seria to clear both, so that's okay. And we're okay with this line as well, because we can trade here or shoot with Seria. But I think now's a good time to play out Grimnir and clear the 2-1. They have a lot of life gain, so there's not a lot of attacks. I see, kaya pala ngayon ko na lang ulit nakita. Yes, that is true, that is true. So I think you'll want to, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. If you want to be alerted again for when we go live, just type in !notify so that you get alerted for the next time we go live. We're live on YouTube and Twitch as well, so you can subscribe there and follow on Twitch as well. If that is easier for you to view our games, then that is much better as well. So now we've got the play points. It is a good time to have a wide board, so let's play out the Luminous Magus here. That is going to give us 3 2 units, and then we can swing here as well. Hello, hello, Rosakai CG. Thank you for typing exclamation point notify as well. It's been a while, so it's been quite. Pa-shoutout Idol Ruth. Hello, hello, Idol Fangs. Welcome to the stream, kapatid. Are you gonna play Shadowverse? Oh no, that's a board wipe. But that's okay. That gives us tempo this turn. We can create a board state again here. And we can continue to apply the pressure. Let's end the turn. Sobrang nakaka-disappoint talaga yun. Madaling araw pa sa Pinas maglaro. Mga laro. Puyat na, frustrated pa. And I heard it's taken a while, no? It continued, no? Because I can see results. So, I think the tournament continued. But they're doing it again. So, ano nangyari? The results are, ano? They're obsolete? They're not gonna proceed with the results? Is that what's happening? Okay, we've got plays here. Let's have a quick think. Albert on 9 is lights out if the opponent's on 12. So I think we want to save our play point on 8 to go for the instant Albert play. Because they just swept and they used one 3-cost sweeper already. Maybe they don't have the second one because the next big sweeper is the 9-cost Twilight Dragon, which they don't have just yet because they will be on 8 play points. So maybe the argument here is to go wide again, just deal damage, put them on 12 at 9 play points. Oh, nagtuloy-tuloy yun. In-announce pa sa Discord, tas may brackets pa. And then no results afterwards. Is that what's happening? Eh, talaga OG ko, kaya nahilig ako sa Axie. Goods na goods, chill na chill. That is true, kapatid. I don't think we're planning to change anytime soon. Playstyle-wise, ganito lang tayo. We're just chilling, we're just having a good time. Playing card games. So what I realized is I'm not necessarily crypto-focused. I am gaming-focused, and I enjoy strategy games. Ayan, si Idol Fangs. He is one of my friends and the geniuses behind Magic the Gathering ba. That's where we got our moves from. Okay, Rose is gonna draw us a card. Let's see here. A line here is to play Seria to deal 1 there. And Rose can clear afterwards. Oh, boom. Easy clear right there. And then sa next turn, I think we have an Albert line. And then we just go continuing with the Albert line afterwards. So Albert, deal 12, and then we go from there and deal 12 again and see what happens. A super evoed Albert will deal 2 extra damage across the board because of Grimnir. So this is perfectly gonna deal 5 damage to that, and that's gonna empty the board. Which means they will be pressured. They will be on 5 life. After this line, we can ignore this unit. Deal 12 to face. And go from here. Now they have to deal with this. If we top deck another Albert, which we have only 1 more in the deck, sadly, it's lights out. So maybe there's an argument to run 3 Alberts again. But then if we ran 3 Alberts, maybe we have a lot in the early game and we don't want that as well. So that's the argument that we are weighing at the moment. Gildaria is on 16, so we need 4 more units to have this super evolve. Odin is solid here as well. Odin Super Evo is technically lights out as well. We can clear the board here. Apply a lot of pressure as well. So I don't think that's necessarily bad. Let's go for that. Swinging there. And then we will need something to clear Olivia with. Seria, hopefully deal 1 damage there. That's a 50-50 chance. If not, we use the Samurai. Easy. Easy. Oh wait, no. I still have to clear because this is only 2 damage. So I need to play the Samurai out. Sad. At least we have a wide board. Gildaria is on 19, so next turn we can Super Evo. Actually, nakakalaro kayo ng mga friends ko sa One Piece. Nag-One Piece rin ako, kaso saglit lang. Karamihan sa mga player na friends ko sa One Piece, mga galing Yu-Gi-Oh! So mas madali nyo na mga pinpoint. That's true, that's true. So it's a fun game as well. We used to play it a lot, but now we've cut down because we're just playing too many games and we got married as well. So maraming setup na bago at the moment that we're just trying to climb back into again. Too many meta games. Boss Kadush, Boss Reg, na-try mo na, Gabriel's Kadush, Boss Reg, na-try mo na yung TFT ng League of Legends. So this is the auto chess, no? I haven't tried that yet. Sounds fun as well, but I've not tried the passive play style of auto chess ba. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, and I am interested though. I am open to exploring it. Prim is expensive, but we just need one for Gildaria to have a free rally, and I think we go for that right now. And this is a board wipe because of Grimnir again. So we just swing here, clear that, and then to clean that up. We're just having our opponent use all of their super evos to clean up our board again and again. One more rally, sayang free evo. Yes, that is true. At Hanaiden, yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Full house for today. We're live. Currently on Shadowverse, playing Swordcraft with a different build, and we're on Diamond at the moment, so this is good XP for us. Boss Reg, abangan ko yan. Sure ako maganda battle niyo dun ni Extra Rai. Good vibes lang, power. Should be fun. Okay. We were in a scary spot, but Amalia is a powerful top deck here to clean up. This is perfect. We have a lot to clear here, but I think we can go for it. They got the White Forest Whisper that destroys all damaged enemy followers. They're playing a lot out of their hand as well. So let's clean up there. And from here, we either play out the Nonja. This will have Bane and Ward. How do we deal with this? We'll have to Evo Amalia here to deal with that. Rune at Sword din dadalhin ko. Alanganin yung Abyss at Portal. Ayaw ko naman mag-limit testing sa Forest, pero kaya nun halos lahat. That is true actually. But I think Forestcraft will struggle a bit against Sword. Because if they spam Ward units like this, it's a struggle for Forestcraft to deal with. So yeah, I'm bringing Sword and Rune as well in the big event. I'm just figuring out what build we want to play, because you should expect a lot of the mirror in that matchup. A lot of people will bring Rune and Sword as well. So if you've got the edge in that regard, you will be in a good spot. And then from here, we can clear, gain cards as well. Ooh, that was a big draw. And have a wide board again with Luminous Magus. So they are either forced to play a sweeper like the dragon again, or they go for a board wipe like that. Neptune. Oh, that's big. We need more Gildarias, please. Not a Gildaria. And they still have a Super Evo. Problematic. I think we have to play our whole board here. Pagandahan ng tech card, may mga Japanese YouTuber ako nakita na nakakagemitsu na. That is powerful as well, and that helps in having the long-term setup where they'll just survive until the super late game and use Kagemitsu to end the game. Olivia helps here gain that 1 life back and draw 2 cards. That is quite useful, but not useful enough. We can also save this Lance Trooper for if we get a rush unit like Prim. Oh, an officer unit like a Nonja from Prim, or that's it really. Not much else. We can save it to clear this. Hopefully they think, okay, we have to deal with Olivia, and they swing here, and then we have the one to deal with that. How is card fight? Haven't explored it, brother. To be honest, I need a weekend. Check it out, so I'll do it this weekend. So we've got card fight, we've got TFT, team fight tactics, and then oh, there's the one. Nice. Okay, that's good. We've got Odin here. We've run out of cards, huh? So this is something to take note of. Gotta clear. We can't really proceed with the aggro, although they are now top decking cards that set our life to 1. Oof. Huh. So did we miss the second Olivia? Yung galawan yan, hawak niya ang Genesis Dragon siguro. That's true, that's true. They might be holding the Genesis Dragon. I'm just thinking, how did we lose that game? Did we run out of cards because we didn't have a lot of card advantage? We have card advantage in the form of Rose, Amelia. We have one less Albert. Maybe the Grimnir build doesn't mind maxing out on Albert because of the super evos that clean up the board while applying pressure. So Abyss, yeah, ruler of Cocytus build out of nowhere into Astaroth. There's an argument to have 3 Amalias as well, but it clogs my hand half the time, so that's our issue there. Luminous was a bit underwhelming in that game. It just got swept every time, so maybe there's a right spot to play out the Luminous. For example, if that was an Albert, we don't mind as well, because Albert's a tall unit. 3-5 Storm. So maybe 1 Olivia, 3 Albert, 3 Odin, and then we're maxed out on Rush and Storm. And I think we go from there. Let's go. Boom. Alright, we're going second against Forestcraft. And let's see how we can deal with Forestcraft. And then we cut 1 Ward unit against them. But we got it in hand as well. Luminous Magus is here. Is it strong enough for the early game? I don't think so. I think we still need 2 costs against Forestcraft. First, Zirconia is a keep because we can evo that early on. And then next turn, maybe we can play out the Luminous Magus. So maybe that's a keep as well. But we need 2 costs to stabilize. Amelia, 6 cost, 6 PP na legendary. So the reason why I like maxing out on Amelia is because we're able to get to Alberts early. We're able to get to Gildaria early, which is one of our broken cards. So Amelia is technically pseudo extra copies of our best cards, and they're at a nice time to play at 6, where we don't have a lot, because Gildaria we don't really play on 6. We want it to be rallied out for maximum value. That's why I was thinking maybe we want to max out on Amelia, but also it gets clogged in the hand. That's true. So that is an issue right there as well. Levin cost 8. Clutch based on my XP. Levin cost 8. Albert. Albert? Levin Storm Saber? Or is this Urius ba? Si 8 cost. The one that creates 2... What is it? Knights, I think. Yeah, 2 knights. And then whenever a unit is played, they get locked. How is your lose streak? It was a win streak. And then he said hi, and then we lost. But all good. Happy you're here, though. 100% enjoying your company, brother. So from here, should we start attacking? I don't think so, because they could clear if they wanted to. Cry. I did. So let's play Nonja out, I think, here. And then for the next turn, we can Zirconia Evo and have an extremely wide board. And we should be good to go from there. Right? Deal with our board, please. No! Okay, we are left with Nonja. That is big. That is a huge attack for us this turn. So let's go for it. And I don't think Glade can clear as well. So this is gonna be big. Yung Legendary na magsasama ng 2 officers sa enemy and heal 1 per unit and burn 1. And bawal umattack. Yep, that's it. That's strong. So a reason I don't like Urius is it's a dead card against Rune. And we will be playing a lot of Rune. So what they'll do is they'll just wipe the board if they see that, and we leave them with 2 units on the field. It's not the best for them to have 2 units, but one easy answer for us that we can use is Odin. That's why in our build we're maxed out on Odin, so that we don't have to sacrifice a slot for Urius, and at the same time we can apply a lot of pressure. Thinking here, it looks like it's a good time for Luminous Magus here. And then we can evo one of our units as well and deal Witherglade too. Thinking though what line we want to go for. Do we want to clear with a Knight or do we want to clear with the Magus? I think we should prioritize having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking if they go Glade again, they could potentially wipe the board here. Thinking though first, I think we want to deal 2 here as a start. We could apply a lot of pressure ASAP, so I think we should go for that. And then here, I think we should clear using our non-ward unit. So let's go for that. A Glade's gonna be a board wipe, but we should be able to apply nice, good pressure. No Glades. Very nice. How do we clean this up? Thinking Albert might be a line, or if we draw a small unit, we can play one of the small units as well. They were able to clear the board. That is a nice little unit right there. That's gonna deal 1 damage. How many rally is its rally count at the moment? 10. Okay, fair enough. So at 10, we can force super evos here as well with these lines. So I think we should go for that. Clean up the board. Have ourselves a Gildaria in play. And go from there. Dealing 1 damage. Next turn, we can Olivia. Turn after that, we can Albert. And it looks good. If we are left with at least 1 unit, like a 2-2 to deal 2 damage, then we will put them in Albert range and we will be good to go from there. Lily, dealing 1 and I guess clearing here as well. Okay. We are now on 7 play points. Thinking hard on what our line is here. I think we shouldn't go for the insta-kill Albert line anymore. I think we should go for late game board control because we've got Amalia in hand as well. Thinking, can we survive Albert and deal 1 damage as well? I don't think we can, to be honest. So I think we have to play out Olivia here, which is quite nice. And then to deal with this board state, we will want a bunch of units. And I don't want to shoot one with Seria, so let's play a Luminous Lance Trooper out. And then let's Super Evo here. Both units. And now we'll bring them to 11 life. They'll have to deal with the board or they lose, so that's a good spot for us to be in. Or they have to end the game now. Let's see if they can. They have 1 Super Evo remaining. They have another Lily. to set life to 1. Nasty stuff. That's a random hit. Lucky. Wow. They cleaned the board while they were not forced to use the Super Evo at all, but we now have back-to-back Amalia. Deal with these, please. Thank you very much. And after these, we will have Amalia again. Glade is gonna dish out a lot of damage, but they'll have to Super Evo here, which is great for us. And they're not even able to clear. So that's quite solid as well. What's happening? Oof. Okay. A few units down, no more Super Evos. Gildaria as a top deck is powerful. 6, 5. But I think we still play Amalia here. I want to keep as many ward units as we can to deal with their board. That's why I think another play here is Seria. Should have swung once, played Seria to deal that and swing. But this still has ward. We would have had a 3-2 instead of a 3-1, but that's not the worst, I think. And from here, it's a matter of, do we survive? That's not gonna super evolve or evolve anymore. So you have to wipe the board with your units. Which they are successfully doing, to be fair. Powerful. Okay. That's good for us because at this point, we can Albert to wipe the board and swing for 6 at life. And then next turn, if they do that again, we end the game with our last Albert. Can they win from here with a bunch of roaches? They highly likely can still, but if they keep clearing the board, then they won't have enough for big roach plays. Sure? Don't gain life, please. And we win! Albert! And 2 big attacks, and we win against Forestcraft. Boom! Victorious, folks. Got there. Nice, clean win. Still at diamond rank. We're going up. So far, so good. What has worked? Olivia's a 1-of was okay. We weren't really looking for a second one. Amalia was enough as a 2-of. And the Magus as well. We still survived. We still have an extra ward unit in the form of Grimnir and Nonja. So technically, we still have a lot of ward units. Plus, we have that extra cleanup from Albert as well. Some of those games, we could have wiped the board easier with Albert if we had Grimnir Crest at that point. Ew, only diamond. That's the highest rank. Right, let's throw these away. Keeping Luminous and Rose. Diamond's the highest, buddy. Cool. You are going to lose this duel. Alright, let's see. Challenge accepted. Let's try and win this. Ending the turn. So for turn 2, we've got Lance Trooper. Turn 3, we've got Grimnir. We are on a back foot, though, because they're going second. Which they'll have the all-powerful extra play point to use. So that's something to take note of. If they don't play anything, we play out Grimnir. Is this still an argument to play out Grimnir? I think it is. We could save Rose for its card advantage potential to draw a Swordcraft follower. And Grimnir has Ward, which means they have to go through this anyway. So I think this is the better play at the moment. Let's keep applying the pressure. After their Amelia turn, we've got Luminous Magus. After their Anangrea turn, we've got Luminous Magus. Okay, that deals 3 and that cleans up. Oof. Painful. Although Rose is able to clear up here without having to be dealt damage with. So that's also good. If Anangrea comes down here to wipe the board, we will play out the Luminous Magus. If not, I think we will just swing with an Albert, with an evolved Albert to deal 5 damage. Depends on the lines. We also have a nice line of Amelia Luminous Super Evo to create barriers on 8. So something to take note of. A demon. Ooh, this is nice as well. That's gonna create a wide board. Although Luminous does exactly the same. And creates an extra unit on top. Do we want to save the Magus for the Amelia turn on 8? I think we do, to be fair. But if that's the case, then our line is Albert, Evo Swing for 5. Next turn, Luminous Lance Trooper Zirconia, clear the board. Turn after that, Odin, and then the turn after that, Amelia. That's our lines of play. Then we will want Albert early on, evolve to deal 6 damage to face. We can leave this demon there on the board and make them deal with our Albert. We're okay to get hit by 5 at most. That's gonna deal 3 and then either demon. Oh, Anne. Okay, fair enough. Pwede yan mobile. Goods na goods. Pwede kapatid. It is available on mobile. So from here, let's go for the Lance Trooper. Zirconia have an extremely wide board for them to deal with. And clean up this field as well. It feels good to play the game. And there are big events, kapatid. And the game is just very new as well. I think it's roughly a month and a week old. And they have like this week and 2 1.5k USD tournaments back to back. Saturday and Sunday. They're bad at tournament organizing at the moment. It was a mess last weekend. But hopefully it's better now with Battlefy. So that's crucial. Okay, they didn't play anything this turn. So 2 lines of play for us are Odin, just deal 4 damage here. Or, I think that's the line. Odin, 4 damage. Next turn, Amelia into Luminous Magus into Super Evo, clean up. Then force them to deal with the board. Then turn after that, Amalia. And then Gildaria. Question is, do we Super Evo for that extra 3 damage? We are pressuring them as well. They will be very scared at this point. 8 and 12. Oh, sorry. 5 and 12, I think, is quite the same. So a 4 swing here is just enough pressure so that even if they heal once, it's not going to be enough. They will need to create a second Earth Sigil and evolve Norman as well to gain 8 life to go back up to 16. Reject Yu-Gi-Oh! Embrace this thing. That is true. That is true. Pay-to-play cards or deck. How does it work? Goods na goods. It's a Web 2 game, so it plays like Hearthstone. But the pricing is quite solid. That's why we are currently playing this at the moment. What's happening? Okay, this is another problem. They super evoed and not just evoed, so Amelia can't reach Norman, sadly. Although, can they deal with the board if all of our units have barrier? Maybe not. And that's a good argument to still use this play. Other line is Amalia. Create this set of units as well. Super Evo Amalia to deal with Norman. Force them to deal with our board. And then we go for the Amelia line afterwards. I think that's good. That pressures them to use their evolutions as well, which is quite nice. And then it sets us up for a Super Evo. Oh, we could have. I forgot about the crest. The crest deals an extra 2 damage, so we could have cleared the Norman and set up a barrier as well. Rough times. Not the worst though. I mean, this is still a solid board state, forcing them to play out a board wipe if they have it. And now they're digging for board wipes. Let's go. No board wipes. I think they're looking for a William, but William's also not enough here. They'll need to deal with Amalia. So William plus an evolution here is how you clean up the board. You just don't have it. It's lights out. That's not gonna empty the board. You will need to Stormy Blast Amalia from here. That's gonna clear one. That's gonna clear another one, and another one. Okay. So how will you deal with an Amelia? Ooh, that's the Albert right there. We could hold off on Amelia, ending the game here. Thinking how else we can clean up. Area to deal 1. Looks good. Area to deal 1. Balls to deal with that. Something to clear this one. Between these two, they're the same. And let's deal 9 there. We could Evo and create barriers here. That could be lights out as well. But we don't have to. We've got the Albert Super Evo line for next turn. That's gonna also force them to potentially play out cards that can't heal life and clear the board at the same time. So they either clear the board, or they gain 8 life, or they lose. They have to do one or the other, and I don't think your play points can make you heal 8 life and clear the board. And that is game, folks. No more play points. No more struggle. So Albert here. Super Evoing. Swing 6 at face. And then we'll get there afterward. Boom! We won! Two-match win streak. We are winning. Highest group, highest rank. I think we're good. So far, so good with the build. Potentially locking this in soon. I think deck registration for the weekend ends by tomorrow morning. So that is something to take note of. And yeah, we'll go from there. Havencraft. Okay, that is a problem as well. Potentially one of our worst matchups, but hopefully we can be aggressive enough to clear. Grimnir is gonna help here as well because we'll have an extra bit of 2 damage across the board for whenever we Super Evo. If we get it, and that's one of the reasons why we are playing Grimnir as well. Okay, turn 2. Our options are Luminous Lance Trooper or Prim. Thinking of our lines, I think we go for the Prim. Nonja early is good. They don't have much to deal with Nonja except for potentially rush units. So let's play it out and start the aggro. They have a unit that costs 5. On Evo, deal 3 damage to everything. So that's something that we might potentially have to play around. Okay, it could come down next turn. So there's an argument to not have an extremely wide board or bait it out with one of our bad cards. Thinking we should start with a swing here, I believe. Yes. And then between our baits, I think the weakest at the moment is Seria. So that's something we can play out here. Saving the Lance Trooper and Prim and Vals. Let's bait out the deal 3 damage to everything. What's that? Oh, Grimnir. Okay, fair enough. Evo. Okay. This is good. Rose can deal with that easily. Vals can deal with that as well. But I think Rose here is much better. Master Reg, nakasalubong ka na ng Unli Puppet. Yes, kapatid. And we can deal with Unli Puppet as well. Our main issue actually is the Gears build or the hybrid. That's where we struggle a bit more. Puppet is easier because you just have to flood the board. If they use their puppets, they can't end the game with Orcus combo. So that's our line. We play this out just as extra pressure. We're trying to end the game quite early. That's why we keep playing these out ASAP. They're down to 5. Vals can clear that. Or Amelia as well. Thinking. Do we want Vals ambushed, hidden in the leaves? I think we do, to be fair. Meta pa rin ba sa high elo ang Artifact Hybrid? Good question. Is the metagame still Artifact Hybrid for high elo? I believe not. I believe on high elo, kapatid, it's more of Swordcraft and Abyss and some Runecraft, some Portalcraft, but more on Puppet hybrids. Yes, so I guess yes, but a lot less. Not full meta, not highest on the tier at the moment. On the number of opponents we play against. So I think we go for here, clear 1 up. We have to start clearing early because we don't want them to stack buffs up like +1, +1, +1. So we try to clear as early as possible. They're playing out their units, creating the buffs. That's gonna buff that as well. That's what we are trying to avoid. We still have our unit alive though, so that is good. Gildaria's rally count is 6. So it's barely anything. Which incentivizes us to use her out now. Because we're not waiting for much as well. And that is gonna help clear the board up. So I think we should start going for this. Just to clean up nicely here. What will we clean up though is the question now. I think we clean this up and that up. Or we can keep this alive as a one-of unit and clear 3 units instead. This is a problem. They're gonna be left with a lot of units. They won't be able to gene next turn just yet. So I think we clean this up first. And clean one of these big units as well. Saving this for later on. We don't really know who to attack. And we want them to swing at this. So that is something we are waiting for as well. Next turn we can Amalia. Hopefully wiping the board. What do we need though? We need Grimnir in this matchup so that it can deal 2 damage to everything. Oof. They don't have Jean yet. I think Jean is on 8 and then Jean deals 6 damage to all of our units and gives +2 plus something to all of their units. So we need to wipe the board early before that happens. We're on 7 life. Grimnir is a turn too late. Our options now are Amelia, Grimnir. Not the worst, actually. That will leave them with 1 unit, and we will have barriers in play as well. So Grimnir here, and Ignominious Samurai, plus a barrier. And we can deal with 2 units, that one and this one. We will be left with the ward unit. The crest is gonna take Odin away and deal 2 damage to Leia, and we're still okay. If there's an Odin, then it's lights out for us. But it is what it is. We either play against Jean or we play against Odin. Hopefully they only run 2 Odins in their deck, and we survive. Let's have a look and the feel and the see. What's up? Jean, fair enough. To use Super Evo here to deal 6 damage to us. Leaving this? Do you want to leave this in play? You could just die next turn, and you would. If you swing at life, I go down to 1, but then they die. No, they don't. They have a lot of ward units, sadly. We can have a lot of ward units ourselves as well. The crest is gonna help clean up here as well. Thinking of our lines. 3, 6, yes. I think Amalia is our play here. Have this extremely wide board. Super Evo Amalia. We need heal. We do. So let's swing there. Clear that up. And let's swing twice at Jean. We will have 2 ward units remaining for if they Odin, we will be okay. We are gonna be on 1 life. It is gonna be a world of hurt. Okay, that's a board wipe. We don't mind a board wipe, to be fair. Board wipe means they're not pressuring us. Albert in hand is quite solid as well. This is a Holy Flame Tiger. It's annoying because they can actually bring this out on their turn. And... thinking. Do we either deal with the Holy Flame Tiger with Odin? Swing for 4. Hope that they don't have an answer afterwards. And then we end the game potentially next turn with an Albert. I think that's our line. So let's remove the tiger. Remove any semblance of a board state. And let's play something out. If they've only got ward units, then we want the samurai here. If they play a ward unit out, we deal with that and end the game with Albert. You won't have a next turn. If they don't have a storm unit, like an Odin, we do have a next turn. So that is something to take note of. No storm units, please. They're thinking hard. It's good for us. No ward units yet. Second Jean, though. We do not clear, sadly. We can clean 1 up. 2, 4, 5, 6. We do clear. We play the Lance Trooper first. And then Prim. And then Nonja. And then Rose. And then Nonja on one of them. This on that. Rose on that. And now we have a wide board again. And deal with this time, please. And then we die from an Odin. Ugh. Painful. Painful indeed. This is a rough matchup. This we need to figure out how to deal with. He was stalling time for Odin. Very true indeed. It's rough that we almost stabilized as well. Grimnir was for that matchup too, the extra 2 damage, but it wasn't showing up that it aligned with us. So we wanted Grimnir on the point where they play the 8 cost that has the 7 cost that creates 3 ward units. Okay, we're playing against Rune. We have multiple Valses and Rosés, which is not the worst, to be honest. Vals on ambush 6 is great, but I don't think we want both. Rosé on 5 is strong card advantage. So let's see, it's our turn. Let's end the turn here. Yes, we can play out a Luminous Lance Trooper, but we're not in a rush for much. Plus, we can save the play point for the Magus. This might be a Val's turn, to be honest. Just to deal with that and apply our own pressure against them. So yep, this looks good. And then they either deal with the Vals or ignore the Vals, and then we start swinging at life. I think ignore has been the choice of our opponent. So let's start dealing with the board and swinging for 2. Foresight, which is New Brew. Which is New Brew again. Fair enough. And a Stormy Blast. And that was a wipe. Perfect top deck. Don't have to be good. Just have to top deck well. Prim into Nonja. And we again have a board state they have to deal with. Anangrea can deal with the Nonja, but not with everything on our board. Apprentice Astrologer. Okay. We're on 5. That means we can create a wide board state with Luminous Magus or draw cards with Rosé. I think now's a good time for a Luminous Magus to apply a lot of pressure. And then from here, either we evolve the Magus, swing at the Astrologer, but I think evolving Prim is much nicer. We trade damage. So what happens here is if they board wipe, they clear the board and swing for 2. Which we don't mind, considering the trade-off was we dealt 3 damage to them. And we left them in a position that we can again clear the board afterwards. They might use a Sage Light here to deal 3. To deal 4 across the board. Or not. Or just take the hit again. This is signaling that there's nothing. Zirconia? No Zirconia. Albert's solid though. And we could just potentially aggro our opponent out of this game. So let's play an Albert here and dodge Sage Light Teaching range with an Evo. There was an argument then to not Evo Prim, because if we super Evo Prim, it pumps all of our allied followers by 1, and that would have been busted. Down to 2 life. This is nice for us. Quite a good board state. Earthlight Sigil can't clear. Edelweiss can't clear as well. Can deal with 1. 2 at most. This can deal with a lot of units though. Display. So if we didn't evolve Prim, we'd have 2 less damage though. But we'd have had +1/+1 this turn. Okay, looks like they're dealing with a full board here. Vals is extremely powerful here. Ambush means they're forced to use a board wipe again. And if they don't have it, it's lights out. So I think our line here is ambush something and do not leave enough space for them. Hold on. We have a play. Our opponent did this to us before. Where if we play this out, there's no space for a ward unit, and then we just end the game. This is such a head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're not dead, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Are you doing a heads up play here? At most, they can clean up with William, which we know from last turn they didn't have. So if we just do this, even if they play a Norman, they can't get Golem. Oh, never mind. That was so bad of us. We tried, guys. We tried the heads up play, but they have multiple looking smarts. Even if we ambushed here, it would have been lights out. It's worth a try though, to be honest. Okay, back to the drawing board. Let's clean up. Because our opponent did that to us before, so I was thinking maybe we could have done the same. But it looked bad. We should have just cleaned the board up there. Edelweiss. Okay. Gonna use a super evo then, or just trading with 2 units? Either play we're okay with. This would be better for us because it would align with our Vals play. Ah. Fair enough. Stormy Blast, and then followed by what? Either the demon or unsummoning, I think, is what they're thinking about. Demon it is. So one line here is Amelia into a Vals and pop one of these. We'll be left with 4. If they don't have Kuon, they can't end us just yet. They could have Kuon this turn, to be fair, as well. Unless they're saving it for a big turn. So I think our line here is Amelia. And we got the Albert. That's nice. Thinking on how to play this out. Lance Trooper, Super Evo. Yeah. We're forced to play all of our units out to deal with theirs. Which is we can't Vals, basically. We have to clear like this. If they don't have Kuon, we could still run away with this game, even with that kind of play that we did. Let's see what's up. They're thinking hard. That's good for us. Can't clear though. So they use Dimension Climb, potentially drawing into Kuon now to end the game. Will this end the game? 7, 8. Yeah, they do. Painful. This was very winnable though. We had different lines to go for. Maybe our line then should have been Super Evo Prim, but it would still have lost to Looking Smart. I'll have to think about that. That was a line, because I know we lost when our opponent pulled that against us. I'll just find a way. What is this board? What is this hand? Area 1 of is okay as well, but we have a curve for Prim on 2, Nonja or Grimnir on 3. And then we go from there. Let's have a look. Prim for ourselves as well is not bad. Could have saved Prim for the 4-cost turn as well, so that we can play out a stronger unit in the form of Nonja on 4 against their Zirconia. But one play as well is to just not remove Prim's ambush until that point. Because from here, we're still cleaning the board up with Vals on their Nonja. And ending the turn from here. Lance Trooper is gonna take a trade and deal 1 again. So now is a good time to get a Luminous Lance Trooper. We didn't get it, although Nonja here is solid. It's gonna line up well with their Zirconia turn. So because we play out Nonja here, if they play out Zirconia and evolve, they can't swing into us without having to deal with Nonja. While we can wipe the board up here. So now we take tempo back to ourselves. That's a Zirconia. It's not gonna work. Force them to play something else. That's good for us. It's really good for us. Because now, ooh, biggest top deck ever, Zirconia. Evolution gives us 2/2/2s, pumps our Seria up as well. So now we're the Zirconia that they have to deal with. Now we're in a great spot against them. Sure. Still have to deal with all of these units though. That means they will waste an evolution on that. And we'll take that trade. Then from here we can go for a Rosé. And either we deal with their Rosé or we trade. And we have an answer to their Rosé. Swinging there and taking this. Let's go for an Evo here and apply a ton of pressure against our opponent. They're on 11 life now. Gildaria's on 10 rally already. We're forcing their Gildaria out. And either a Gildaria swing or a Knight swing on this. Either way, we are happily taking that. From here, we've got a few lines. But I think our best line at the moment is Grimnir. Samurai. And deal with that. Seria is okay as well, just to create a wider board. I think the power level of Seria is gone now. So let's go for this, and let's end the turn. If they decide to Amalia here, we've got Grimnir's ability to wipe the board. Or we also have Gildaria to wipe the board as well. Few options. Both looking good. Amelia, okay. And this means an Odin evolution is able to board wipe as well. Vals. We might be forced to Gildaria here. if they decide to create a lot of barriers. Oh, hello, Wincon. Albert is here. Amalia will be able to clean up and create a rally of 18. 1, 2, 1, 2. We will be left with one Amalia on board, sadly. While this line, we will be left with a bunch of knights and our Gildaria as well. So I think this is our line here. Force the Gildaria out from our opponent. This is gonna clean up and have an extremely wide board. If we play Amalia into a Super Evo, it's not gonna be the same. Well, actually, with the Crest, we will be left with an Amalia on 9. And the Crest as well. Ho, okay. That's a problem. Not the biggest problem though. Because of our crest, we're able to wipe the board as well. Thinking what our line is here. We can deal 3 and deal 2. But dealing those amounts of damage means Amelia is gonna survive. Which we don't really want. Although dealing 4 damage is quite nice. Thinking of our lines here. Thinking hard. I think we will have to clear here. 9, deal 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. 1 Albert I think is okay here. Let's deal that damage and deal 2 here. And go from here. If they're able to deal with our Albert, then we'll be in a bit of a pickle. Their Gildarias could be powerful here. But we're positioning ourselves where we've wiped the board. Albert can wipe the board again if needed to. And we've got multiple high power units in hand. Which I think is not the worst. They're thinking hard. They forced us to use our last one though. So a line could have been Amalia and save the Gildaria. Oof. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 5. Either Albert or 3, 4, 5, 6. Albert can wipe a bit, but not fully clear, sadly. So playing that Gildaria too early was the issue. Odin can deal with that. Albert can't clear the board anymore. We've got the crest, but nothing to crest with. Nine, so I think our play here is Amalia. Yep. This is lights out for us. If they've got Albert, it's lights out. If not, we're okay. We got stuck with back-to-back Alberts in hand. Painful. It's okay. What did we get from here? We should have saved the Gildaria for that free Super Evo. We gotta value it highly, I believe. We can't prioritize the pressure. We should prioritize the Evo count. We're going first. Okay. Grimnir in hand, that is solid. Seria is okay as well. On 2, we've got the Lance Trooper and then Vals. I think this is a solid keep for everything. We don't really want to mulligan into an Albert early on. This is going to give us a lot of action early game. Depending on what they do as well. Quite good. They're thinking. Okay. Let's play out the Lance Trooper and then the turn here. We will see what they go for next at this point. Either we deal with their unit with Vals. We will take that trade happily, and then from here we can either Grimnir or Vals. I'm thinking that we want to Grimnir here to force a wider board state from our opponent before we start the cleanup process. And then we can deal 1 damage now. They don't have much to deal with this except for Vals or Rose for a trade. Happily gonna take that as well. And now they've got the Zirconia line. Couldn't really prevent it with a Prim, but we can empty the board though. So I think we go for that and end the turn here. Next turn we go for our own Zirconia as well. Into an evolution. And clear theirs. We'll have 1 extra unit for them to deal with, which is good. Depends on what they keep as well. Okay, fair enough. Ooh, nice top deck actually. That can deal with their Zirconia for 5 damage. A Seria can deal 2 there. An Evo can clean that up. And they'll be left with nothing. We will keep our Zirconia. That's really good. And let's clear the board here. So now we have a whiteboard again that they have to deal with. Plus, they might not have any board wipe or wide board. They could have it in the form of Gildaria. If they use it early, then that's the Gildaria gone. Which we should be okay with in theory. It's looking good so far. Let's see, let's see. Seria. Okay, that lines up perfectly against us. So they will go for an Evo line again to have a wide board again. Not much after. While we do have our Gildaria to clean up. Should we save it? Our other line is Zirconia, Evolution. Deal with that. Leave ourselves with 2/2/2s. But then all of this will swing at us. So I think Gildaria is our line here. To clean up and leave ourselves with 2/2/2 units. We're using our Gildaria first, but hopefully we don't get too punished for this play. We've got Amelia and Zirconia for next turn, and then the turn after that we've got Amelia again. So we're after the card advantage game plan here. Quite interesting indeed. And Amelia plus Zirconia is either a Super Evo on Amelia or on Zirconia. If they wipe the board, we Super Evo Zirconia. If they don't, we Super Evo Amelia to get barriers on our units. That, in theory, is going to be a struggle for Swordcraft to deal with. Super Evo? Sure, we'll take it. That's one too many Zirconias. So let's play out the Amelia here. Get our play points back. And then from here... we can also play out our Lance Trooper as well. But I think Zirconia is our line here. Super Evoing, that's gonna give us 2/2/2s and pump Amelia up and deal with their Gildaria to deal 1 damage. Forcing them to deal with this board state. Oh yes! I've totally forgot about this. Crash. Nope, we meant that for that to happen, folks. That wiped the board. And from here, we're in a good board state. Looking good. They might have to Super Evo here again. That means they use up their last Super Evo, and now we're on a card advantage fight. Perfect draw. 6 into a Prim, into a Nonja. 6. Wait, this is gonna give us 5 actually. Not 6. Ambushing to deal 5. Thinking hard on our lines. There's no more Super Evos, so anything we do is a free roll basically. And I think we can go for a massive board state and board clear. So let's Super Evo here. That's our last Super Evo as well. And let's clean up. And have a wide board state for ourselves. They'll have to clean up here. Other option would have been to swing 7. Let Grimnir's Crest deal with that. Was that better though? We were able to deal 1 damage with our play. Ooh, not hitting this, sorry. Gonna swing at your face now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, lights out. Boom. Phew. Victory. Looking good. Got stuck. What did we get stuck with? Second Amelia in hand. That's gonna help though for when both of us run out of super and evolutions. Cevos and Evos, I guess, is what we're calling it. What did we cut for this build? We've cut the Hounds, which I think is not that missed. Okay, we're against Runecraft. Let's throw away everything except Prim. And go from there. Grimnir, not bad. Luminous is okay as well. Are we supposed to use the play point here? Thinking hard. I think we should, because even if they Anon Greya to clean up, we'll have the Luminous Magus to stabilize. So I think we have to be as aggressive as possible at the moment. And go from there. Ooh, that does nothing. So let's play the Nonja out. Swing for 1 and end the turn. If we draw into a Zirconia, it will be a busted hand. Sure. We're still maintaining the pressure though by having a unit turn after turn that they'll have to deal with. If not, it's gonna be a lot of damage. Okay. That's perfect for Seria though, the deal 1 damage part of Seria. Or Rose. Could save Rose for later on as well. Thinking though. Anon Grey is coming soon. So I think our line here is Seria. Should we use an Evo? Thinking hard. I don't think we should. Because it's gonna get cleared up anyway. And that extra 2 damage, it could stack up, but not just yet. Especially if they're healing back up as well. It would also have been poor for us to do that on this turn. And then they just swing a 6-6 into their 3-3. From here, we can play a Rose out. Get hopefully something that can deal 1 damage to this. Either the Lance Trooper or Seria or a Samurai. Other line is the Magus. Could save the Magus as well on 8. To go for our combo of Amelia into Magus play. So I think we high roll with Rose, just not Prim. Ideally not this as well, but we'll take it. Next turn, we've got an Olivia line. Or an Amelia line. There's the Anon Greya. Oh, plus an Evo. Okay. Very aggressive with their evolutions. Ooh, that is strong, but we can't deal with Anon Greya with this line. We can pop the Onion. And go from there. We'll heal back up by 2 with Olivia. It will take 6, bringing us down to 14. We'll go back up to 16, which shouldn't matter too much, to be fair. I think we're still okay at that point, as long as they don't deal with Vals. Other option is Luminous Magus. Have a wide board. But this lines up quite nicely with our Olivia play. Other option is deal 5 to this, which is also not the worst. We will take 7 with this line. But again, we'll have Olivia to heal back up. They can Super Evo the Onion as well, if they wanted to. It's kind of a bait play. William is gonna clear our Vals though. If they do that, we've got Gildaria to just empty the board. Flame of Chaos is strong as well. If this is the board state, then our line is a... Ooh. They just used the board wipe. They might not have enough board wipes back to back. So Amalia might be the play here. We haven't used a single Evo just yet. So that's good. And we're gonna be left with a white board state that they have to deal with still. You've got a tall Amalia here as well. Amelia into Luminous Magus Super Evo is busted in the sense that we'll have barrier units. They'll have the Onion Patch to slowly chip away. But hopefully that's not enough to deal with our board state. Are you going to use a Super Evo here? I'll take it. To Amalia, please. Thank you. That might force them to Super Evo, which is exactly what we wanted. That brings them down to 2 as well. Perfection. Aligning up quite nicely. And then from here we can either Gildaria, but Olivia is also not bad at all. And we will be able to heal up, draw 2 cards, and clear the board, so we will take it. Let's Super Evo the Knight here, so that hopefully they ignore this and have to deal with both Super Evo units. And let's deal damage there and damage there and end the turn. Crest's not gonna do anything, but we're okay with that. Okay, 1 damage there. I see you. Who won? Super Evo? William for 19. And Owen! I've not seen Owen in a while. Gildaria is here. They just used a board wipe. Should we pressure them and keep forcing them to use board wipes? I think we should. I think our line is that plus an Evo to deal with the William. Force another board wipe. They are not on the Sigils build, so their only board wipes are the Chaos thingy and William. So if they keep doing that turn after turn, we will be in a board state where they can't handle the board. And then we'll have 1 big attack afterwards. Is that this turn? Because they Stormy Blasted that. Sage Light, sure, gain your life. Looking smart to deal 2 and draw 2. They might go for a climb here. If not, we've got the Amelia Luminous line. Amelia Super Evo Luminous line here. What you doing, buddy? Gildaria's on 20. Ooh. They didn't have much, so I think no matter what, we draw 2 cards with Amelia first. As our first play, plus this is gonna draw 2 cards again. Thinking though, do we want something like a Zirconia barriered up? Or just another Amelia? I think another Amelia is not the worst. And then a Zirconia here. And then we can Super Evo if we wanted to, and I think we should, to give our units barrier. There will be the onion patch thing that can come down at this point. That's only going to clear 1. They have to go here. Which means we're forcing our opponent to use as many units as they can. Kuon. Fair enough. Super Evo to deal 10 to our face. Oh, and we're dead. Yeah, it's lights out. They just... No, they can't. They have to kill a unit to deal 1. Now what? How will you get the 1 damage? Okay, never mind. They just Odin rush face. What you doing? Strong. This build is quite powerful as well, huh? With Odin to clean up, rushing face out of nowhere as well. That's the pure spell boost build compared to the dirt build. Swordcraft Mirror still on diamond, so still in a good position. Let's throw Zirconias away. We're going first. Don't want that going first. Still got it going first. We want Prims. Let's end the turn. See what happens next. Okay, we can Seria that away, which is good. Trade? I'll take it. Between Samurai and Rose, I think we should play out the Rose. Ideally, we don't, but applying pressure early on forces them to play units out or answers out, which we will take. That means they don't have a board state for our Zirconia, for example. And if they play out their own Zirconia to Evo and deal with ours, we've got the Samurai. It will be rough having to use 2 Samurais, or we just find our own Zirconia. Thinking though. Samurai to wipe the board. Leaves us with no Samurais at all. While a Zirconia trade will have us take 6. Take 4. Potentially a lot more. So should we throw away the Samurais now? I think we should, to be honest. Let's Evo one of them, so that they have to deal with this board as well. They'd either swing here, or use their Evo to deal with this Samurai. We can't take a 6 damage hit. A lot of Zirconias. Oof. We do have Gildaria now, though, which will empty the board. We're running out of Evos from both sides. They are at the advantage, though, because they can keep going for the evolutions. Can they clear? They can clear, sadly. Thinking. We can create a wide board with Luminous Magus here, which I think is a good time to go for it. Forcing them to deal with this board state. Maybe with an Amalia. Not Amelia, Amalia. But we're okay with this as well. They're going for the barrier line. Looks like it. We need Gildaria for barriers, though. And we don't have it. Thinking. Olivia is gonna draw 2 cards. Amelia is gonna draw 2 cards as well. We can also go for our own barrier, which I think is the line here. And just play out one of our Alberts. And start cleaning up here. Alright. So now we've got our own barriers as well. And we should be able to deal one there. Let's clean that up too. 2. Yep. And let's save the barriers on our units so that they have to deal with that as well. Let's just take one barrier away. Take one unit away, actually. That must be better. And then next turn, we've got a board wipe Albert. Odin is powerful here as well. Are we dead? 7, 14, 15. Nope, down to 1. That means they have to clear the board. If they do not, we end the game next turn.
My oath is fulfilled.
We must stay strong.
3, 4 plus 12. No more Super Evo, so if we wipe the board, Albert can't end the game. Something crucial to take note of. Olivia is gonna gain us back the life as well. So I think we can go for an Olivia line here.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Grimnir? Nope. Vals can deal with Odin.
The only trophy I need is your heart.
Beyond beckon.
And then from here, I think we can still apply a lot of pressure. Let's Super Evo the Vals as well.
Repent. Even fate shall fall to this blade.
So that we can deal with that. And let's have our board units deal with this. And 7 on that to deal a lot of damage there. And now we've got a big board state. They can't end our game. And we have the backswing to end their game. We've got another Albert to deal 6 damage as well. Quite powerful indeed. Imagine we survived because of the 1 life. Because they just can't end us at that point. That is the power of heals. So units that can heal actually change the math up quite a bit. Is that gonna clear? Don't think so. That's gonna deal. That's gonna need 3 units here on the Olivia alone. Or 2 units there.
I lacked foresight.
My oath is fulfilled. Not my first
Now what?
rejection.
Nothing? Fair enough. I've got the Albert. Boom! 7 plus 6, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're down to 1 as well. Interestingly. 7 plus 6, 13 plus 3, 16. So we're forced to do a trade here.
Is this follow my lead? Your legacy.
And then we've got Odin to end the game for the next turn. No more life gain, hopefully. Sure, wipe the board. I don't mind.
Princess, where you go? Moving out. I am at your side. Moving out.
No problem at all, buddy. Triple Odin in the deck to end the game.
I concede.
They conceded. Boom. We got there.
You reap what you sow.
We repped what we sowed. Rune draft. Going second is good.
With rain comes death.
Let's throw these away, keeping the Luminous Lance Trooper. We've got a curve. 2 to 3. Nothing for 4, 5, or 6. Hopefully we draw into those. Let's end the turn for now. Or let's play out the Lance Trooper. Thinking. If we don't really have a curve soon, might as well apply a lot of pressure early on. We also have the cards in hand. This is going to create an extremely wide board state. So this is going to dish out a lot of damage early on. We just keep doing that. 2 damage at this point. Next turn, hopefully another set of damage. Okay, Stormy Blast on 1 is not the worst. We will still be left with a ton of units plus Grimnir. They can Earth Sigil here, what's that? Sagelight Teachings to wipe the board. If they do not, we are just gonna go face, and they don't have it. We are gonna be going face, folks. Who do we want to be pumping? I think we want to pump our already tall unit to become a 4/5. That looks good. And from here, either we play out a Samurai or a Seria or nothing. But I think their line has been nothing so far, so it might be an Anengrea. And Anengrea can be dealt with by our whole board. If, so for example, they play out Anengrea, they shoot something for 3, which is this, for example, swing there for 5. And then 6 on here. They'll be left with a 5 and a 1. Terry can deal with this. I think we just pass the turn. There's the Anengrea. We want to stabilize after this line. Yep, there's the 6. If we draw a Vals, we can wipe the board. Ooh. We do wipe the board. Seria to deal 1, Vals to shoot there. Plus an evolution on our knight to deal 3 to life again. And that is how you call for the top deck. And then next turn, it's over with Odin. They have to wipe the board. Oh, they heal up as well. Up to 9. Fair enough. You survive. Let's re-establish board instead. Drawing 2 cards. We drew an Albert. Perfect timing. We could play out a Grimnir here as well. And call it a day. Odin next turn to deal 4 or 7, depending on what the board state looks like. Scary looking board state. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So what am I thinking about? I'm thinking, can we clear here and survive next turn? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is going to be 11 damage to us. Plus an evolution, 14. So they can dish out 14 damage if they wanted to. They can't really play a second Kuon because there's going to be no space. Unless they trade. If they do trade, that's going to be damage not going to us. Other line is Amalia here. And then clear this board up, which I think is the safer play, to be honest. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope. Nope. Yep, if they play anything that super evolves, then it's lights out for us. So let's go for the Amalia line. Evoing one of these. So that we've got this wide board. And now they've got to deal with that. Oh, didn't have to swing at the other thingy. You've got 2 tall units that they need to deal with, which is usually a pain instead of like 1 small unit and 1 big unit. Now they have to do a trade here. Ah, okay. Fair enough. They're just creating an extremely wide board state. We can still handle this with an Odin. Like, we can remove the Anengrea, not swing for this turn, and end the game with Albert next turn. Unless they play a Kuon again. They're digging. What? Gain 4? Golem and gain 4 is gonna be a problem here.
Create a richer future.
Ah, okay. Great. I'll take it. This is a board wipe though.
Heaven's wrath will fall heavy on your head.
And then should we apply a ton of pressure now? I think we should. Because if they Kuon, we've got Odin to end the game. So they'll have to Kuon and gain life if they're on 4 life.
I walk the five-fold path.
A defensive Kuon. Okay, I see what you're planning. Second Kuon against us is lights out, but that would be their third Kuon. Would they have it?
I give up.
We're still ending the game here. No life gain from your side, please. We'll be down to 1. And they've got the Odin. Wow.
I will not.
Powerful. That is an extremely valid build. Not gonna lie. Powerful, powerful build. We're still on diamond though, so that's good.
With rain comes death. Those
We're
ephemeral
playing now against Portalcraft. So let's mulligan away everything. We want units like Prim and Nonja. We don't really want 2-1 units that can lose to a puppet. Love Struck. I think we will take a trade there with our samurai.
Most who take the brave fool. Take my life.
They now have a puppet in hand. That's something to take note of. Apollo early. Okay, fair enough. Apollo early. Thinking hard. Do we take another trade here with our samurai again? I'm leaning towards that, to be fair. Rose is okay as well. We force them to play their puppet out. But we want their puppet to line up poorly against ours. So I think we just end the turn here. And then we go for a Zirconia Evo into Assyria Zirconia Evo. Or we play out a Magus. A Magus creates an extremely wide board state that I don't think they can clear cleanly. Plus we can pump it. That's how you clear it cleanly.
For you, dear, I would give anything.
I'll always look forward. I lacked foresight.
Fair enough. 3 Zirconias is one too many. Okay, let's see what our game plan is. I believe I wanted to do Zirconia here, but we will leave them with a Love Struck Puppeteer. So there's a play of leaving the Zirconias for when we have 2 drops. So we could go for those kinds of lines. Let's play out the Prim here and deal with the board. And then for the next turn, we've got a 2-drop plus Zirconia plus an evolution, and we should be good to go from there. Have a look.
These strings will be around your neck.
Shall we pack up for the day?
This is perfect for us. That lines up quite nicely with the Zirconia evolution.
Dons her mask. Dons.
Wide board, here we come. Next turn, we can create a whiteboard again. Prim into Nonja into Zirconia Super Evo. And then we just keep pressuring the puppets. There's the puppets. Noah, okay. They're gonna create a lot of puppets again to deal with our board.
I yield. Not all is lost. Not all is lost.
That is a powerful top deck. We don't really want to use our Super Evos on Zirconia because we're afraid of the damage that an Orcus can do against us. We need something to clean that up if that happens. Let's deal 1 to that with Seria.
Finally found you. Here goes.
Clean up here, and then we can play a Prim out and have an extra unit for when we do Super Evo Zirconia. Is Orcus coming out? Both of us are still on 20. But the person who runs out of Super Evos first is usually going to be behind. We're trying to save on those. There's the Orcus.
And gain the heart. Let down your guard. Let's do this together.
It's going to deal 8 to something and 1 to something else. And 6 to us, so we'll take 7 this turn. More, actually. A lot more. Ouch. Albert is a powerful top deck. We will be able to deal 3 across the board. And clean up quite nicely here without being dealt damage back to us. Do we have other options is the question. I don't think we do if we are considering to empty this board state. So I think we are just playing Albert out to deal with both of these and ending the turn from here. If they go for another Orcus here, we still will be able to clean up with Zirconia and Prim. Odin, okay. What is that? Kiki, like Genshin Impact. Chi-Chi, I think. Huh. Thinking hard. We've got an answer. The form of Seria. We can also Super Evo Prim and buff everyone up. Well, that's another valid line. Do we want to buff everyone up? Thinking hard. Save the evolve. How do we clear without evolving? Thinking. I'll try. I'll try to clear without evolving. I think we can. And I will listen to your advice. And clear without going for an evolve. My problem. Okay. Let's go for it. It's a puzzle, but we solved the puzzle. Happy? Happy with that? Everyone's still quite fresh. I have 8 years Yu-Gi-Oh experience, kid. Great.
I am satisfied. I lost sight of her.
Thank you for the experience.
By this very sword.
Ooh, perfect top deck. Damn you, Mirror Force. So we can play a Gildaria out and deal with this, actually. Easy. Easy Gildaria turn, I think. Now do we want to give everyone +1/+1 with our Prim Super Evo? I don't think that's the worst. And I don't think they can clear with that hand. And we lose anyway if we give them the time. We're going for it. Go for it. Pump. Pump, pump it up. Boom. No Orcus. If they Orcus, we lose anyway. So this is our Hail Mary turn. That was a bad choice, kid.
This land is both cradle and grave.
They drew 2 cards. Interesting. They're thinking of super evoing or just normal evoing. Doesn't look like they have Orcus. If they super evo, they won't win at all with Orcus anymore. They'll need a different line, and we will take it.
Ambition, desire, nothing but vice.
I'm satisfied.
We need something to clear that, though. They are stalling time again. Something? That is something. Let's draw 2 cards. Relevant stuff, please. Thank you very much. We drew relevant stuff. So let's play relevant stuff out to deal with that. Then from here we can deal 6 damage. And either a Luminous with 1 ward unit or a Zirconia for higher pressure. I think we want at least 1 ward unit. So let's play it out and go from there. We're trying to end the turn next turn. If we play the Zirconia here, we would be at threat to puppet attacks from an Orcus's normal ability. They can evolve a puppet and that would have Storm to deal with us. So hopefully this line means they still have to deal at least 1 damage to this. Lancer, okay. And we will win with a top deck. With the top deck of an Albert. As long as we at least have 1 unit in play. Puppets are coming. The puppets are coming to clear the board.
I'll always look forward.
The last one. Okay, that's good. That means they can't pressure life just yet.
I must stay strong.
Still got the 3/3s. Buddy, one more 3/3. No more 3/3s. And we top deck like a god. Let's go for Gildaria.
Of death and destruction.
And then let's clear that. Let's play the Zirconia and swing 3 and end the turn there. Orcus, do they have the puppets to end us? That's 3, that's 5. 1 more puppet. They do have that extra puppet. And they got us. Wow.
I will not falter.
Power play. Can't deal with much. Was that a top deck from them as well? I think it was, because they could have ended us. So they top deck much better than us, and I think that is our stream, guys. As expected from Weakling, what can we do? The gods are not aligned with what we have in mind. So I think that is us, folks. We are going to be chilling for today. If you enjoyed that stream, hit the subscribe button, follow on Twitch, and what else? Facebook. We'll be exploring Kick, so we'll have Kick as well. And yep, that is us, folks. Have a good Thursday morning for us, afternoon if you're in the East Coast, and yep. If you're in the East, actually. And I guess at Hanaiden it's midday in Turkey. And yep, see you guys. In life, stay kind, but in Shadowverse PvP, stay ruthless. We're heading off in 3, 2, 1. Boom.